10 days ago attached to this comment. Clearly, it's a class of men and women really not ready to talk about this. But peep this. See that number up there? In 10 days, there are almost 600 comments of women who have gone through this. Let's look at some, shall we? Since y'all think women be lying. This was my marriage. Got into a heated argument because I had COVID and asked him to do the grocery shopping. Baby, tell me about it. Now the husband wants to know why the kids don't talk to them and they feel left out. I barely talked to my father and he is flabbergasted. Simply cannot understand since he was technically there. Facts. I'm on my way to divorce now because I realized that I was doing so much without him and we were married. Right. I was single as fuck. And my daughter and I lived in that 5-bedroom house by ourselves. We never saw him. He came, got showered and dressed and left. Oh, it's more. Honey, I tried to miss my ex-husband after I left. One day I tried to cry about it, but I couldn't think of anything he did to miss. When I married my second husband, I had 2 kids. I might as well have stayed a single mother. Facts. I might as well have stayed a single mother. When I went to school, he got worse. Same. My kids leveled up. I went on ahead and left the marriage. Same here. Interracial marriage. Now divorced. No difference. I was a married single mother. They will never be ready to talk about it. Jeep fam say, yep, I was there one time. What y'all finna stop doing is invalidating women's experiences. There are too many, and that's why don't nobody want to get married no more, because some of y'all don't know what marriage is. Every woman for the comments that I grabbed, again, there are over 500, right? Every woman went into these relationships believing that the person that they were with, they would stay with and build life with. Somewhere along the line, somebody didn't pull their weight and she got tired of pulling the whole damn thing. Y'all over here hollering like you don't need to go to therapy. Yes, the fuck y'all do. Yes, the fuck y'all do. Because there's no reason in the world why a woman should be with somebody and still do more work as if she was by herself. Child, look, when my husband and I broke up, I was relieved. Do you hear me? Relieved. I can't muster up the will to give a fuck. I'm like, I'm so glad he gone, because that's one less thing I got to do. People will trick you, beloveds, and men lie. But I'm gonna say this: once you find out what you got, leave. But we lying though.
Let's talk about being married but single. This idea that women are better off by themselves than when they were with men, in my humble opinion, this is just feminism in disguise. This is just a new wave of feminism. This is just a different way to essentially say the same thing. We don't need men. I don't need men. So here's a scenario again of different women who have gotten together and shared their toxic experiences. And to be fair, I am not here to invalidate any of their situations. If somebody says they've been in pain, if somebody says they've been abused, I can believe them. But what is rarely talked about is the fact that men also can be abused. Men also can feel single in marriages. Men also can be mistreated. Marriage is a two-way street that includes 2 people. So this is where the conversation regarding relationships and marriage in general can be, in my opinion, toxic, and it can be dishonest. Because there is never a situation where a grown adult woman is completely a victim in marriage. There's never a situation, because she has free will. And God forbid, even if she is in a scenario where she's mistreated, she had to choose to do so. Anybody who goes in any kind of recovery program, whether it's 12-step, whether it is, recovery from some addiction, whatever it may be, one of the things that they preach is accountability. If you find yourself in a relationship with alcoholic, if you find yourself in a relationship with an addict, one of the things that they will still encourage you is to be accountable, is to ask yourself, where did I go wrong? Where did I choose to engage with this person? How did I get in this situation? How did I feed into this person's sickness? These are all the kind of different things that you ask yourself when you go into recovery. And so when I look at these women who say that they are totally incomplete victims and act as if everything that they experienced was horrible, but they had no part to play in it, to me, it's showing that it's not the full story. So I will never be one to invalidate the bad experiences of a person. We have to get honest about what it means to talk about relationship. An honest discussion of relationship will likely mean that the men and the women have to take account for the things that they have done wrong. And also, by the way, just because a woman may find herself in a toxic relationship or toxic marriage does not invalidate the beauty and the importance and the benefit of marriage. Because while all these women are going around talking about how independent they are and how better off they are without their men, the eviction rate is going up. The eviction rate is going up. People are struggling to make ends meet. People are struggling to pay bills. People are going on OnlyFans and selling their body and doing different things to try to make ends meet. And so we have to be honest about this. If the statistics show that women fare more and fare better off when they're in marriage, and you get in a marriage that makes you worse financially or makes you worse off, then what is that saying about who you picked? Can we get honest about the fact that some of us don't even know how to pick? Some of us choose toxic people because we're also toxic. Some of us, we overlook red flags. Some of us, we are drawn to drama because we're sick. It's not that marriage is bad. It's not that marriage is invalid. It's not that marriage is horrible. It's that some of us are sick. And so we choose sick people and we have sick results. That has nothing to do with marriage. That has nothing to do with men being trash. It has nothing to do with men being abusive. It may have everything to do with where that person is at in their life individually and who they were able to attract. And so I think while there is a place to talk about how being in toxic relationships can be really harmful and can be really emotionally and financially and psychologically draining, yes, there is a place to talk about that, but there also needs to be a time that we expand the conversation to also identify the areas where we were at fault. Because going and saying that men are the problem and marriage isn't worth it is not true, especially when marriage has been around for thousands of years and essentially the foundation of a lot of societies. No, it's not that marriage is trash. It may just be that some of us don't know how to pick, and that our relationship was trash because we were toxic. And while I don't believe that someone has to remain toxic, you could absolutely change. The only way you're going to get to that point is to first be honest. So no, marriage is not trash, marriage is not horrible, and men are not trash. Women aren't trash either. People individually have the capacity for good and evil, but we just got to be honest about what was going on. There are two sides to that story. And for every woman who says that she's single in marriage, I wonder how many men feel the same way. But what do you think? Do you agree or disagree? Let me know what you think. Leave your questions, comments, and concerns in the comment section below. Also, be sure to check out my How to Be a Wife series, where we are fostering a diverse community of women who are committed to becoming wholesome, productive, and honorable wives in the midst of a culture that promotes fear fours. Hit the subscribe and notification bell so you're notified each time a video drops. Thank you so much for listening if you have gotten this far, and we'll talk later. Bye.